Last time, after Isaac awoke, Angelo passed out. He had a special communication with a new member of our pantheon, Porgstop. He made a deal and was allowed to awake. After getting on the road, the gang comes across a man pulled off on the side of the road. They stop to help him and immediately get suspicious of his behavior. After Isaac opened the trunk of the car, a goo man attacked Angelo, prompting a fight to break out. Once things settle down for a moment, the two strangers combined into one giant monster. Let's see how this epic showdown will conclude now. Exit the Guncheon contains themes not suitable for all audiences. Themes such as self-harm, mental illness, death, gore, child endangerment, and the feeling of utter meaninglessness in a cruel and callous universe. There's also swears. If you're uncomfortable with any of those subjects, this may not be the show for you. Additional content warnings can be found in the description. If you're sticking along for the ride, enjoy.
Who should we start with?
Is this the top of the order? Or?
Yes.
Well, Angelo didn't get to go.
I think at this point, this is probably a good phase 2. So whoever thinks they would go first, which in this, I would think Wyatt would be the first to take action.
Well, that's hold on.
So
you know, I'm gonna scramble back to the
crazy
motorcycle.
Dilemma happening inside of this car for Isaac. He's searching around for all of these things that, anything that could be helpful to his friends. And he finds liquor, stashes it, and he's looking and looking and looking. And I think that these two heads like merging and sensing that this has gotten much worse, Isaac sees a gun and picks it up in his head. And so, I think
gun mode activated.
Yeah. So Isaac, I think, is like officially armed. Oh God, pun intended, brother. Hell yes.
So
stumbled into that one. Hell yeah.
What Wyatt's gonna do? Gonna activate Scorch Flesh. He's gonna invoke that. Gonna run up and kind of like really quickly look at everyone, like get back to the fucking bike. And he's gonna go forward and like put his hands on the two heads. Do I roll anything for that, or is it just like basically grappling them over the course of 3 turns?
Nope, that just happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So what happens when you do this? You tell everybody to get back. You approach, which you're within range. Your hands sort of begin to like get really, really hot, visually hot, to where sort of like, those heat wave sort of elements begin to come off, and literally your flesh begins to bubble and sear beneath the sheer heat radiating from you. And you make contact as the points of contact that are flesh that you touch immediately begin to sear and burn off of what was Brandon and Reggie. And
Reggie.
It wails in pain. You know that it is basically boiling from the inside out, and the heat from your palms transfers into it. And though now your hands are scarred, they kind of like turn back to the way they were, but like there's recognizable there's burn marks and smolder marks, and you lose 20 sanity.
Cool. What happens if I go -4 sanity?
You have a mental break.
Cool.
And you don't have to keep contact. So you make the initial contact, and you will have an opportunity to escape.
Yeah.
But we got to roll the mental trauma table.
Nice. Also,
dude, if this is what therapy was like, hilarious.
Right.
Time to check the mental
2d6.
trauma table.
Let's spin the trauma wheel.
It's like just the huge book of like every mental illness. I forget what that's called. But
The DSM-5.
yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
It's just you roll on the table of contents there.
Additionally, because this is... I also have panic attacks from the last session.
You do also have panic attacks.
So how do we... What's the math on that?
In-game?
Because I'm
Please.
-4, but if this is 20 sanity, that's 4 additional losses of... So is it 4 panic attacks? Does Wyatt's brain just implode at this point?
Yeah, so a lot is about to happen.
Okay.
So yes,
Isaac's got a gun.
It is what happens with the panic attack trait, which Wyatt accrued,
Yeah.
is that every time he takes an accumulative 5 sanity, he has a mental break. So he is going to basically, we don't have to roll anything. We are going to take a moment and get a snack, get a popcorn, go to the restroom if you have to, because we are about to make a new character sheet for Wyatt.
Okay.
Wyatt's mind fractures, and he now it has a split personality.
Okay.
Oh, just like the 2 heads.
Congratulations.
And
2 heads in the madness, and now you have 2. That's crazy.
with that, every 30 minutes of real-time gameplay, I want you to have a timer on. I'm not going to do it.
Use a British
We
accent.
are going to flip a coin, and that will determine what character you're playing.
Yo. That's...
So, in this instance, you have a couple of options
Right.
of personalities that you can take on. I'm going to give you the choice of character archetypes. You can either be a runaway kid or a doctor. Or an outsider. Not necessarily a runaway kid. You could be a runaway kid, an outsider, or a doctor. Outsider and runaway kids are very similar character sheet-wise, but child versus not child.
Damn, I'm tempted to do the runaway kid one just to give Isaac a friend after this whole thing.
Of course, your body doesn't change. You are still
Oh,
a
for real?
man, but it's
Oh,
the
I thought
way
you meant like
that
a
the way that
completely...
you act and
Oh,
function.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You're still here. Like, Wyatt is still there, but there's somebody
Right.
else in there now.
Holy fuck. Okay, this is going to be interesting. But you know what? We're going with the runaway kid.
Okay, so the runaway kid archetype. So just make notes of this. I'll send you the actual character sheet after the sesh. But just keep notes of all of these things. Your stats are going to stay the same because you are still
gonna ask you that.
physically in your body. This is still you. At least your physical stats. Strength and agility are going to stay
Wits
the
and
same.
the other
However,
one will probably change.
your other two stats, your charisma or your empathy and your wit, I'll give you a +1 to.
Okay.
Maybe at the cost of a -1 to strength. So just
That's
-1
fine.
to your strength. Your agility stays the same, and +1 to your empathy and your wit.
And the wit. Okay.
Now roll a d6 for me.
6.
Okay, so with a 6, you get the evasive talent. Okay. So let's.
Do I still keep all the talents and all that other stuff, or does that switch out
Not
too?
while you're playing this character. Your talents will switch while you're playing these different characters.
Gotcha.
Or this different character specifically. So, again, that talent,
What was it called again?
evasive,
Evasive.
gives you +2 to agility for dodging ranged attacks.
Nice.
Roll another d6.
No, another 6. Where were these rolls earlier?
So your new dream, or this character's dream, is to become a good parent. So whatever your backstory is, this character had bad parents and did not, and that's potentially why they ran away from home. And your flaw, roll another d6.
5.
You're always looking for someone to be your new parent. So very kind of similar to Isaac's situation. He's looking for
Right.
people to respect. Also, something to note is while you are playing this character, you do not have access to the astral plane, or you at least cannot enter at will.
Oh, okay. Jeez, where would I put that? You know, I'll just put it under talent, so that way it's there.
And now you are this character, and you get to name yourself.
Reggie. No, Jesse.
Internalized from the last episode.
Oh, no, it's first name that popped in my head.
I mean, yeah, that's what happened to me last episode too. So you are now playing Jesse. Once we resume play, you'll set a 30-minute timer, and that doesn't swap. That is a coin flip. So just dedicate now which one of them is heads and which one is tails, so that when we get further down the line, it's just easier to remember. This is very interesting. Because now I'm dealing with something I have very little control over, and certainly something I didn't intend.
I didn't, but it was one of those Hail Marys where I'm like, I was thinking like it was just gonna like kill him off completely, and I'm like, that's it.
Make separate sanity counters for the characters as well. And
Okay.
then just, do your stats again to determine how much sanity Jesse has. What are Jesse's stats?
4 for wits and 3 for empathy. That's 7 times 10, which would be 70, plus 10 would be...
So, yes.
80?
How old is Jesse?
I'd say like 16.
Okay. How old is Wyatt?
Wyatt was 30-something. He was like 30...
God, he is a bad-looking 30-something.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, Wyatt's done like a few tours, so like...
Yeah,
he's
like literal
ragged.
war.
He's gone to war twice, so he's really ragged. And he's very...
Well,
Nobody claims that is easy.
no.
No matter how much moisturizer you got, like, it's
all the sand, it's coarse, it gets everywhere.
So, Brandon turns into this big old monster with Reggie, and Wyatt walks up to him with his hands smoldering, touches him, and it just immediate pain and agony. Then Wyatt sort of like convulses and seizes where he stands and then falls over. Wyatt is now passed out. The beast, now screaming in agony, is still up, basically. And it can still move, but it just is in very visible pain. Both of the facial features are still sort of intact. And between everything that's just happened, the merging of the two, whatever just happened with Wyatt, his hands just like basically melting off of him, and then whatever happened afterwards, everybody who witnessed is going to take a d20 of sanity.
Here, let's open the dice box.
I've also started the timer.
Perfect.
The time starts now. Oh! So, yeah, George is screaming with 14 sanity loss.
Yeah, I've put my head in my hands. I'm like, no. I lost 15 sanity.
Isaac actually only lost 4.
We understand what happened.
He's the bravest
Isaac
boy.
is strapped now. He's ready. He's so brave.
Yeah, he's like, I've decided to pick up a gun as a 10-year-old and shoot someone with it, so...
I already know things are
that's
bad.
fine.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do you think shooting through the back window of the car...
That is possible.
Yeah, I was like, does real life... It doesn't actually take 2 shots. That's just the movies, right? Where they gotta take one to break the glass and then one to hit the person.
I think it's pretty viable that you would be able to just shoot through and make
You
contact.
would
also
shoot
think
through
so.
if it's like a
I was
rifle.
like, I think that's. I don't know how guns work. Sorry to give away my gun ignorance here, but
I mean, but also the abstraction of the game, your character could shoot more than once to make like the first like shot.
It's also how, I mean, I don't know what caliber your handgun is.
That's what I was going to ask about.
Handgun.
literally,
get it.
God, these guns are fueling me with such joy and just.
And I got yelled at when I pulled them out. Okay,
But I'm
that's all
gonna say
say.
that your gun is powerful enough to shoot through a back windshield of a Ford Taurus.
Cool, yeah,
Right,
because
that's-
Isaac's seeing Wyatt fall.
But you'll
that-
still be at a disadvantage by doing so.
Sure, but despite taking the only 4 sanity damage, Isaac's fucking scared as fuck and wants this shit done and over with, and this big guy just hurt his big guy friend, so fuck this thing, and he's
Yeah.
gonna shoot it.
Okay, so what is your weapon modifier?
What a great question. Here's what I wrote down from the day that we did the stats. Finger gun, 1 damage, short range, 1 turn reload, plus 1 bonus.
Okay.
It's a rubber band gun.
You'll roll an additional weapon. You'll roll an additional die to your agility.
Okay.
One turn reload. Is it like it's like a musket? You have to like
Yeah.
put black powder.
If it's a musket ball, that's going to hurt. Because that's like a pretty sizable bullet.
Hollow
The
point,
what we
I
kind of
assume?
talked about
tiny
in
robot
Isaac's
arm.
mind is that it's like an old timey like cork rifle. That's what Isaac thinks it is.
Oh, okay.
It's adorable.
But we've also sort of established here that there's a cognitive dissonance, and Isaac does think that he has a real gun, which is
Yes,
fine
so-
because it is a real. So I think I prefer what we're working with now, and I'd say that it's probably like
Yeah, to be fair, when we were brainstorming this, it was going to be when he did a finger gun. The tip of
Yeah.
his finger came off and shot, so that was a much different gun that we were talking about, as opposed to his entire hand coming
Yeah.
away and there being an entire gun
I'm thinking
inside
like
his
the
forearm.
the
No,
Autons
you're right.
from Doctor Who. It's kind of more like
I support you 100%. I just, when we talked about it being a cork pistol, that's just what I wanted you to know, was it was a much different vibe.
things are so different now.
We were so young back then.
Just roll agility.
Slay.
Yeah, it's always agility unless it's strength.
So it's a +1 and then
Yes.
a -1 because I'm shooting through the back car window, so I'm just rolling
Right. So
flat.
okay. So what is your agility? You're just rolling your
My
strength.
agility is 5.
Okay, and this thing is
Agile
gonna take the
stuff.
hit. It's just gonna take the hit. So if you do hit, then
I have 2 6s.
okay.
That's just kind of crazy.
So with the
I
two
have 3
successes,
6s. Holy fuck, I thought
Thought it was a 9.
I don't know why I thought that was a 9 because it's a D6, but I did
yeah.
think it was a 9 and I was like, fuck that 9.
Let's go.
okay,
Stupid
so
nines.
you manage to just kind of like line up the shot and blast,
Just
and
in
it
pure
shatters.
rage.
It completely shatters the back windshield of the Taurus, and he's just taking this hit. So kind of shoot in like the head area, because you're like, people get shot in the head, their brain stops working. So I'm gonna shoot him in the head. The head that was Reggie's completely blown off, just gone, just turns to a goo mist, and
Reggie.
the Brandon head screams, and it's going to take that 3 damage because that was a super duper success there. Angelo and George, are you doing anything?
I'm still kind of reeling from my sanity loss.
Yeah, Angelo, are you going for the motorcycle? You
Well,
said
I
you were-
was. I started that way until I saw Wyatt, burn his hand off.
I'm gonna have Isaac take a D4 of sanity too.
So then I stopped.
I'll go get.
And seeing that, I lose my sanity, and then Isaac pops off in the car.
We got to get out of here.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of stunned now. I know I can't fight that thing. I don't have anything to fight this big old thing. So
if you,
I think
grab
I
the
wanna,
bike, I'll grab Wyatt.
try and go get Wyatt.
All right.
Okay, so if both of you are just taking this turn to move,
We're just running
it
towards
is
it.
going to, yeah, if you guys are just running, then he's just gonna swing. That's all he can do. But he's got these giant hulking club arms now that are made of goo, of course, because it's so good. So anybody also who's going to get hit by it at this point, if you take damage from it, your goo counter is going to go up.
Is Wyatt also part of this? Does he automatically take a hit because he's
Wyatt is not going to take. Yeah, Wyatt didn't take any damage because it was your own doing, so you didn't.
No,
you
I mean
didn't take
this attack, because if it's like a cleave or something, that's what I'm asking.
I don't think it's going to attack you.
Okay.
While you're on the ground. I think it's just going to go for Angelo and George. So it's going to swing. I mean, it's only within close range. So it's going to swing at whoever's closest. Who was closest before, like George?
I think
probably.
Angelo had made it further back towards the,
Yeah.
the bike, so I'm probably a little closer.
And you're
up
going
there.
back to Wyatt. So you're running towards the monster.
Yeah, we have to get him out of
Yeah.
there. Yeah, we're going to drag him.
So he's going to swing on you.
So we said the only option is to fight back. There is no
So
dodge
you
for
can
this.
fight back or take the hit, correct?
There's no dodge.
So taking the hit is just taking the damage. Fighting back gives you the opportunity to dodge if he misses.
I see.
I gotta try and fight back. Then I gotta try and fight back because I can't be taking any damage.
All right, what's your...
My agility
strength?
is 3.
So this is an unarmed, so it's going to be rolling strength against you.
My strength is 3.
What you got?
No successes. Can I push a fight back?
Yeah.
It's push time. And no successes, -1 sanity.
I also didn't get any successes. So you still do manage to not get hit, which is great. It's going to swing at you, and it's just not quite in range as you go through.
I didn't see this. I didn't foresee this.
And that is going to take us to the next round. So now we're sort of back at the top. Wyatt's still unconscious.
Yeah, I'm just going to make my way to Wyatt's body with George so that we can get an arm over each of us and take him back to the motorcycle.
I'm going to rally him. This requires an empathy. When you are incapacitated, someone else in the same zone can try to get you back on your feet. This requires an empathy roll by them. An action. If it succeeds, regain a number of health points. Oh, well, they're not really lost health points.
Still
rallying does not mean you're stabilized. I can get them up, I think, but I could heal them, but I don't have to.
So
it's just to get them up.
Wyatt, roll your empathy.
Does that count for a mental breakdown?
I roll it, right?
I would say yes, but roll your other character's empathy, because you're them now.
Oh, we're going to have to roll by them. Okay.
Was I supposed to have 2 sets of the wits and empathy then?
Whatever the empathy... I think we said you get -1 strength, but +1 to the other 2 stats.
To the other 2, yeah. Okay, so that's
from your
characters. Okay. All right.
Wyatt's stats don't change at all. Stays the same. Your other character now has those improvements / nerfs.
Which is what he's using now.
Right.
Got it.
For
Okay.
empathy.
Let me adjust my sheets.
Hey, Wyatt, we gotta go!
If Isaac has to take a turn to reload his gun, does that mean he can't do anything else other than reload the gun, or?
You could do other stuff. You just won't be able to shoot again.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I want to be able to reload and also toss the med kit that Isaac is carrying to whoever's closest, whether that be Angelo or George. Yeah, because I stole the first aid kit from the diner. It heals 2 HP.
Yeah, that works.
Whoever's hurting more.
George is the only one that's taking damage.
Perfect then. Not even a question.
How does that interaction go? Like, what is Isaac gonna do?
So Isaac crawls up to the now blown out window back of the Ford Taurus and is just gonna shout,
"George, catch!"
and then sort of toss the med kit at George and
both of you roll agility.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was 1 success for Jesse.
Okay, all right, we're gonna do this and then we'll cover.
No successes, so I'm not gonna catch it. It's gonna sail right past me. I'm gonna say, Isaac,
or it hits you in the head.
Get ready to get in the motorcycle.
What did Isaac roll for the agility?
I have 1 success. If I push it, I might be able to get more. But does it change anything if he doesn't have a success?
No, so he's not gonna catch it, but it will. You'll be able to throw it on the ground close enough where he'll be able to pick it up this turn and be able to use it.
Then I'll push it.
Would you like? Would George like to do that?
Pick it up and use it. I'm rallying. Yeah. I have to rally.
Right. Oh yeah. So that was what you did this time.
That's my action.
So then Wyatt
Jesse
snaps awake. What is your reaction to the things around you? The giant monster and all these people that you don't know.
Unload on it, Wyatt. Shoot it.
Physical Wyatt will be looking at what's going on. And both Angelo and George have him on the shoulders and stuff, right?
You're on the ground, right? We're looking over you hey, let's go.
Yeah.
And we're picking you up.
Oh, yeah, no. Wyatt's going to shove the shit out of both of them. Trying to get away, but get off me! And try and push him and scrabble away.
I think that's just gonna work.
Yeah, I go flying.
Unless you want to do opposed strength, but
I would go fly. No, my strength is lower.
I think this character
gets away.
Knock you guys off. He's stronger than both of you still.
Wyatt, shoot it!
And that's going to be their turn. Is Angela doing anything else?
I was running back to Wyatt, but I see that he's up now.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stand away from the monster, but at the ready to help somebody. Maybe extend an arm to Isaac inside the car to pull him out so that we could GTFO.
Sure, that would be super helpful. So I think you can do that. So in another agonizing scream, this creature roars out, and now only having 1 head that is beginning to sort of melt again. It is just slowly brambling around, still trying to move. At one point, it throws up just goo matter as it tries to stumble towards you. And I'm just gonna have everybody who is trying to escape this creature roll an agility here, because none of you are directly trying to fight it right now.
So
you're all
that
trying
include
to
me
run.
too?
Isaac wants to shoot it again, to be clear. So I guess Isaac is then leaving the car and using this turn to reload and move towards the bike with
2 successes, one failure.
1 success. Great success. It was a good one though. It's on my green die. A.
I also have one success.
I got one hit.
Okay, so everybody succeeded. So as you are running, this creature is just lumbering. It cannot move fast enough to chase you down. And after what would have been a third turn of combat, it just lets out another giant scream as it pierces your ears and just drops and becomes puddle. And the creature is no more. And you'll all take 1d4 of sanity.
Nothing.
So, question on that. It takes from the secondary characters one, right? Because they're in control at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, you have two.
And
You have two stockpiles, and that is the character you like.
Mother.
Okay. Just one.
Okay, 1.
You said a
I was gonna
D4?
say-
He's learned
I
learned
also
from
only
Wyatt.
took one.
Wyatt's so
Isaac
proud
is
right
Isaac-
now.
grizzled
Isaac, did you
It's hard
find
right
anything in
now.
the
at
car?
this point.
Found this gun.
And then he
Oh!
raises his hand up.
Yo!
Yep. We remember. Thank you. Good work with that.
You found the alcohol too, if you want to disclose that.
No.
Okay.
Son
Fair.
of a bitch. Want it.
That's
But I don't know of it.
So after everything starts to settle down and the creature is gone, the danger is over. You turn to Wyatt,
Wyatt's gone.
who is holding himself very differently than what you're used to. His posture is all wrong and is just completely freaked out.
We probably should get a
Who
move
the
on.
fuck are you people?
We're your friends. We've been with you since we escaped the cavern.
What the fuck are you talking about?
My name is Isaac. It's okay, I forget things sometimes too. It's kind of scary out here.
How are you talking?
With my mouth mostly, I think.
We've been through this, Wyatt.
Who is Wyatt?
You.
Oh,
What's your name?
who are you?
I'm Jesse. And who the fuck are you guys? And that, and Wyatt points at
We're
Isaac.
your friends, Jesse.
Jesse,
I don't know any of you.
Dude, we were just in a combat with a goo monster. You touched it.
Yeah.
Your hands melted
What the fuck
it.
was that?
And then you
My
passed
hands.
out.
What the hell?
Yeah.
what's the last thing you remember, Jesse? And does Jesse have any recollection of? I mean, were you asleep, Jesse? I mean, where have you?
I don't know. Would
I think
PM
I think
or GM,
the creation of the mind probably has a bit of a whatever the lore might be, which you might just have to improvise here. But
Yeah.
I think your general consciousness begins 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
So you don't you have like the idea of who you are,
it's
but
like-
you don't really have details like that.
It's like foggy, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Okay. Wyatt, but with Jesse's voice. The last thing I remember was I was with my actual friends, none of you bozos, and we were kind of in a car, driving a little too fast. My buddy Jake, the car spun out, and then I heard a crash, and now you two were, trying to grab me. The hell was that thing?
Curious.
Yeah, that's a goo monster, man, and we're in the Guncheon. We're trying to escape. We got to find some artifacts. We got one already, and you're our wheelman, so we need you to be able to drive a motorcycle. Do you still know how to do that?
I got my license like 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna be a wheelman.
All right,
I barely know how to drive my mom's Subaru. What do you mean?
Well, Angelo,
Here, why don't you drink some goo? And I'm gonna take my coffee mug and go scoop up some of that goo from the melted monster and bring it to you. Like, drink
I'm
some
not drinking something
drink
that
it,
just
Jesse.
tried.
Drink it. Look,
No.
it's fine, and I'm gonna drink it.
All right, man. Look,
Are you actually drinking it?
Yeah, I drink it all.
Your goo counter's going to go up.
mine did as well.
Because
from
you
getting
must.
struck,
Because you
too.
must. This isn't what you wanted, but when you drink the goo, Angelo passes out. Literally the thing that was probably the least good here.
A terrible time to have established that George cannot drive.
No, I can. I'm licensed. Look, all right. I think it's time for us to get on the move here. Jesse, will you help me with Angelo? We'll put him in the sidecar. Isaac, I think we got to get a move on. There's a lot of these. Are there flesh mounds? Is any drawn near us? Any of the flesh like?
No,
rolling
not
balls?
not in the immediate. Not in the.
Could I give a little look into the astral plane? I'm gonna allow me to take a look in here. Maybe Jesse, maybe you can join me. Maybe this could make some things clear. Maybe if I can see your body, we can kind of restore
Join you where?
Wyatt
What are you
in some
talking
way.
about, man?
And I'm gonna enter the astral plane.
I don't even know you freaking weirdos, man. I'm not doing any of this.
Okay. While Angelo is passed out, all he sees through this haze of darkness is Isaac, outlined in glowing red, and his eyes are blacked out, like they're turned off, and Isaac is just standing there, laughing at him. Okay, so you enter the astral plane, and around you, all of the goo piles that you can see, or not the goo piles, all of the flesh mounds that you can see off in the distance, while before they were radiating this green aura, this time it's a black aura that is very similar to the tower that you were headed towards.
Yes. And what about and I'll come back. Or, well, is there's no, we have established there's no possible way for me to like pull people into the astral plane from there. There's no way for me to affect them in that way. Because
I guess we've established this happens before. Yeah, Angelo's body is floating in the astral plane.
Oh yeah, let's get it. Let's pop him back in there. Hey, buddy. Hey, Angelo. Is he sleeping in the astral plane, or is he?
In the astral plane, he's kind of just like eyes wide, staring into the distance. Like he sees something. You can kind of see that something's going on in there, but you don't know what.
Angelo, buddy, we got to stay on task here, okay? We got to.
Well, I thought the goo might help him.
Well, it's not helped. It's not helped much so far. It's clearly given you some sight that is necessary. And look, I think it is a part of your path. But remember, each of us has our goals. Each of us has our journey. And I'm gonna kind of coax him into his body. Come on. Get on it.
He's back.
Get in there. And then I'm gonna go back to my body.
Okay. So you're all back in your bodies and things.
Isaac would like to talk to Wyatt.
I'll drive the motorcycle.
At some point.
I don't want to sit in the sidecar with Isaac.
All right. I'll sit behind you, and then Isaac, you watch after Jesse. This is Wyatt.
Again, you guys are really starting to freak me out.
I'm sorry. It's okay,
What makes
Jesse.
you think I'm going with you?
We have to. I'm sorry. I know it's scary and it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm also really scared. I'm only 10 and I'm just trying to find my family. But we gotta keep moving because the world that we are moving around in right now is exploding slowly.
I
And
can see that.
yeah, so we have to keep moving. And I can talk to you more in the car on the way there. If you'd like, I can try to answer any questions you have to help you. How old are you, Jesse?
I just turned 17 like 3 weeks ago.
That's so cool. You're just a little bit older than my big sister Jude.
Oh, cool. So,
yeah.
Are you looking for her, or?
Yes, I am. But I haven't found her yet. But that's okay, because these guys, they're our friends. And before you were here, there was a guy named Wyatt, and he was our friend too. And he was also trying to help me find Jude and help us get out of here. And so I guess now we're looking for Wyatt too. But please just come with us. I know we're kind of scary right now, and everything is scary, but we gotta have you come with us.
We'll explain on the way, and maybe you'll regain some memory.
I guess.
All right.
All right, fine.
Hop on the back of the banana seat behind me. Wrap your arms around me. Make sure you hold tight, okay?
I don't know how comfortable I feel about that, man. Shh.
You can sit in the sidecar with me.
I'm gonna sit in the sidecar with the Robo Kid.
Are you sure, dude? It's safer up here on the seat. But no, that's fine. That's fine.
Angelo,
You're a
what
little
happened with
too creepy for me right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll leave it at that. Like, you're a little too forward with that. I'm not vibing.
I'm just saying the old you, him and I had a connection, but if you feel differently, then I'll grow on you.
I'm 17, dude. I'm not gonna put my arms around a grown ass man.
I heard you.
Yeah, Jesus. Last thing before we go, Angelo, the stone that we had received earlier that you were using to run around it, I thought it might have been helpful to us there. Was there any reason you didn't use it to move much quicker?
Who were you talking to, George?
You.
Yeah.
That's why we all went inside.
I was like eyeballing
stone.
Isaac,
Yeah.
totally lost in the gaze.
The green stone. Why didn't you use it to assist us? Why didn't you?
I tried when that thing popped out of the trunk. I put my hand on it, and I didn't have any super speed.
Is it working now?
All right, I'm gonna reach in my pocket, get off of the motorcycle, reach in my pocket, and try to run.
Nothing happens. Nothing
Nope.
happens.
I just take 3 steps, and I'm just like,
Yes. It's a normal running guy. He's just tired now. All right. Well,
He's still trying to do the slow movement, but it's just regular speed.
No, nothing happens.
yeah. Well, I don't know what that's about.
Is it only in the astral plane?
Ooh, let me try that. And I'm gonna astral project with my hand on the stone and try.
And I'm gonna
move.
grab.
Have you not taken out of your pocket yet?
No, it's still in my pocket.
You're just keeping it in your pocket. Nothing happens. Nothing happens or nothing changes.
Okay. I snap back to my body. How did we activate it before? Were we all, or just I was holding it before? All right. So then I'm gonna take it out of my pocket and see if my tattoo glows or if there's any difference.
No, you look at it. It looks like the green stone, but it's not glowing noticeably. It doesn't have any type of essence glow to it.
Yeah.
Did it stop glowing? Did we notice when or no?
No.
It never stopped glowing when he was in possession of it before.
Interesting.
Never stop glowing, kids.
Maybe it only works while we're in the tower or near the tower, because that's the last time I used it.
That section was the green. There was a green area as well. All the flesh around us had been green, so maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe each stone has its own range and energy.
Here, well, why don't you try it, George? See if it's a one-time use kind of thing. And I'm gonna hand it to you, George.
Let's try. I'm gonna open my mind to it, and I'm gonna try and see if it glows at all.
Nope.
I'm gonna imagine myself using it to.
This feels like the Doors all over again.
Yeah,
It does.
It always is. It always is. We're always needling every angle, especially when we can see Noah right hitting something else.
So I'm having Jesse roll a wit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
See
well,
if he can turn the stone
we don't
green?
need to because I rolled heads, which means...
Oh, so he's
Wyatt's
30
back?
minutes. 30 minutes have passed.
Yep. So a switch happens. I
So
don't know
you're in
who's
the
paying
sidecar?
attention. So Wyatt's in the sidecar. Like
Probably Isaac.
Isaac would probably pick this up.
Probably marked by like electrostatic sound effect in post.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, by the way, if we're talking about post stuff, can we have like this huge echoing yell when Wyatt does the scorch thing? Because I like.
Sure. Send it to me.
What about a big picture of the Gunchpot with big boobs too?
Can we?
These,
thought we were making
these are our
requests.
requirements for post.
I'm just
for
clearing things up. I
sound.
thought we had some.
Not visuals. Not visuals.
Holy fuck!
Sorry.
All right, that's that. You have to submit that to the Patreon. It has to be
Holy shit!
when Noah hits like 3K sub goal on his YouTube channel. Then we'll drop that.
Then I'll
Okay.
draw the Gunchpot with big tits.
Commission the
I'm
Gunchpot.
gonna clear my search history.
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, so it's a visible like shift in my obviously posture and all that stuff. But
posture's
he
better.
he's just like the fuck. And it's Angela's on the like
Angela's
like
drives.
Well, no, we're
Angela got off.
standing.
Angela got off.
Oh, he got
trying to
off?
get
Still
the
parked.
orb to work.
what's the part? Okay.
Yeah, we're just both
We're just
looking at the
still-
green orb.
What looks at his hands like works.
Set that 30-minute timer again too. That's,
Yeah.
That's keep it running.
Yeah. Hold on. There we go.
Stealing these extra seconds is Wyatt, you fucker.
Well, no, I thought I hit the to start it again, but
So you snap back.
Yeah,
you wake
so
up.
snap back.
You
But,
basically you wake up and the beast is dead and you're not where you were when you.
yeah. All right. So Wyatt's gonna be like, the hell.
Wyatt?
Whatever. Yeah. What happened?
Wyatt's back! Hello, everyone! Hi! I know we're looking at green stuff, but Wyatt's back.
Oh, good.
What do you mean Wyatt's back?
You were gone. You were gone, and there was someone else in your body. His name was Jesse. He's 17, and he's really nice.
Okay. Cool. Wait. What?
Something happened when you contacted or confronted the beast. When you woke, you acted as if you hadn't recognized us. Some sort of temporary amnesia.
All right. Well,
But a
I
whole
don't remember
different
anything.
person.
It's weird. It's been a while since I've had combat. So anyway,
Do you
okay,
know anyone
that's-
named Jesse? Is this anyone you know? Nickname you used to have?
No, not at all.
Short for, I don't know.
No, I don't. Wyatt Harding is my name. I don't have a middle name or never went by anything other than Wyatt.
Well, I guess yeah. And the stone doesn't glow at all when I'm
Right.
doing anything with it.
The stone does
So-
not glow at all.
Slip it back into Angelo's back pocket. I take it then. Wyatt, how are you feeling? Are you you good to drive? You good to drive, bro?
And of course, you clock that they're holding the stone, talking about the stone, and then
Yeah.
putting it away.
Yeah, I should be. Yeah, my head hurts like hell, but it's fine. Let's go do what we gotta do. We're heading to the
Grab the med kit as well. Give it back to Isaac.
tower, right? And then Wyatt just kind of goes on to the driver's seat.
And let's go.
You guys are ready to
Onward.
go.
I'm gonna give Isaac back the med kit. I'm gonna say thank you, Isaac. You were very brave back there. I think I think you should better hang on to it for now, though, just in case anything else happens. You were very brave back there. Good work.
Thanks. Okay, I'll hold on to it in case someone else needs it.
And as for the gun, you understand emergencies only, right? You know, not just something to be talking about. I'm sorry I showed it to you earlier, but I was glad to have done it after realizing you were capable.
Wait, you
Very
give him a gun again?
Well, it ended up helping. Well, after the guy attacked you and you fell down and it looked like you were dead, and I didn't know what to do, and so I just picked up the gun that was in the car that I was in and I shot him. Then I blew his head off. He lost one of his heads.
Jesus.
That was cool, right? I did a cool thing.
No, yeah, I mean that was super cool.
It wasn't bad.
Isaac. No, because he was trying to hurt us, and it's never wrong when you defend your own life. Because if someone decides to fuck around, they need to find out.
I was really scared he was gonna kill you.
I was too, but I'm here, I guess. So it's fine.
Plus,
now.
we have a new friend now.
Yeah, that'll take some time to figure out and get used to. I hope that's not a permanent effect there. That's weird.
That's okay, I'm weird too. And I won't use the gun for anything. Actually, Lee, you should probably take it back.
And it's like only just now does his arm like snap back into place and the gun goes away.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Well, if we're ever in danger, you can use it then. Just don't do it before we're in danger.
Okay.
Any tension changes here throughout this scene, you guys think?
Oh yeah.
I would think for sure, 100%. Boone.
Who do I
with
have
Isaac.
tension with?
And with George, Wyatt's less upset about the hanging thing now, and the attempted crash.
So you think you can reduce attention with George?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I was going to give us a chance to do that too. I was just going to say, look,
Yeah.
Wyatt. I was talking to you kind of aside because with Isaac, I said, look, Wyatt, with this other name thing, I'm not sure exactly what we're dealing with, but Angelo and I will keep an eye on you. We'll make sure nothing happens to you that you wouldn't want.
Question
In
for
case-
you: did he do anything when I was passed out, Angelo? Like he tried to-
Angelo consumed some more goo. Yes.
Okay,
He's
I'm not
got a
surprised.
bit of a-
But I
he's got
meant
a
more
bit of a
so like,
problem
did
with
he? You know what I mean? Like, did he try to? Never mind. It's fine.
Look, just know that I'll watch. I'll make sure that nothing happens to you.
I appreciate
to the best
it.
of my ability.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Okay.
Angelo was
And
going to drive
so-
the motorcycle, and now.
Oh, here's the thing. Don't let him touch my fucking bike.
Okay.
I will
You
kill
bet.
him.
I'll drive if push comes to shove. Then.
He does not have the hand-eye coordination. Also, I'm not convinced that goo is not non-alcoholic. Like, there's some sort of addictive property to that fucking thing. Like, I've had a few. We've all had some, but he's had a little too much, and I don't know how that'll affect his hand-eye coordination when it comes to operating heavy machinery. So I'd rather not have him fuck up my bike.
And I am licensed.
Okay, that's cool. I mean,
Not for a motorcycle.
I mean,
for a car.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest. We haven't even seen any other like cops or anything like that, so I don't really think it matters here whether you have a license or not. Just so long as you can kind of figure out. Like, I can show you if you want me to. Like, so that way you know the basics.
Could we take a couple hours here for him to show me how to? And we have a montage of me practicing, like turning and like Isaac like directing me where to go, and like I run it first into the parked car there.
Yeah, if
Isaac
you guys want
becomes
to
a
take
safety cone.
if you guys want to take some time and do that and rest and bond, I am 100% open to allowing all of you to reduce 1 tension and recovering a D10 of sanity.
Hell yeah.
Swag.
Literally anything like having fun, reducing tension, doing something relaxing, listening to music, like
Is an
we can have-
opportunity.
is an opportunity to regain sanity.
Yeah, during this montage,
So
Isaac
D10.
will do the
He'll be
thing he
the-
did
the safety
before,
cone.
where he'll be the safety cone / radio. I don't know who needs it the most.
Harm. What about health at all? Any ability to recover that?
No health recovery at this point. You could use the first aid kit again if you'd like.
So the first
yeah,
aid
you
kit
didn't
heals.
use it the
too-
first
I
time.
didn't use it the first time. Is it replenish? How many uses of this do we have? How much stuff do we have?
Well, we call it 3 uses.
Then I would like to get some medical attention.
Yeah, so you can get 2 HP back just by using the first aid kit.
Can I get?
White is up 8 sanity.
I got up 3.
Got a
3
whole
sanity
solid
back.
9.
I also rolled a 9. Flick, yeah. Isaac being told that him killing what was a person was fine, yeah, that boosted his sanity. Replenishment. He was like, oh yeah, I didn't commit cold-blooded murder.
I didn't do wrong.
I trust my friends to tell me.
So you guys are gonna press on now? I mean,
time to
Wyatt's
go.
back. You guys had a moment to recover some sanity.
So shall we drive toward the Black Spire and
Yeah,
get ourselves
we
another
would.
stone and figure out what's wrong with? If maybe we can figure out on the way how to use this one. But even though let's roll.
Okay. So you guys press on towards the Black Spire. And within traveling distance worth amount of time, you get there. It was not too far from where you guys stopped. You arrive at this black, huge pillar that, as I described to Angelo last time, is sort of like this obsidian stone-esque is made out of, but it's shooting this giant beam into the sky that is basically erasing the world around it. No light, no anything.
What is the girth
pull
of this
up?
pillar?
Probably like 25.
Oh, okay, it's girthy.
That's out of 10.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I apologize not only to the people present, but to the listeners as well.
Well,
ask only for your forgiveness.
The girth
The girth thing.
is
It's
massive.
girthing. It's girthing.
All right, guys, when we get in here, it's probably going to be another puzzle. So open communication, keep your eyes out or eyes peeled.
Sure.
And I look at Isaac.
Have you ever peeled a man's eyes, Angelo?
No, man, it's just a saying. Oh,
Right?
God.
Just think about your words next time. That's all I'm saying.
But I've had my eyes peeled before. I got LASIK surgery.
That's not
Wow.
the same thing.
Oh.
That's literally them shooting lasers at your eyes to fix it.
Yeah, but they peel back the top layer.
I'll put it to you this way. Have you ever seen them, like, in Halloween, where they go ahead and they have grapes, and they peel the grapes, and they put them in a bowl, and they're like, oh, these are eyeballs. That's literally the same thing.
No one puts grapes in a bowl on Halloween.
All right, George. Obviously, not where you're from, because you...
No, where I'm from, we
obviously
give
grew up
candy.
without fun. Okay, you've ever had a haunted house, and they put, like, spaghetti in there, and,
Oh!
like, all the witches
Yeah,
and everything?
spaghetti.
Yeah, don't act
Yeah,
like you
you
don't
have to
fucking
put
know,
your
man.
hand in the little box, and then it
Isaac
feels
understands,
icky
right,
and
Isaac?
yucky. Yeah, my
Right?
mom did that.
I'd like to
See?
say all of our tensions are back up. Tension is back up. We've immediately lost all that camaraderie we had. Now we're just
Halloween has ruined the party.
It's ruined.
what? Smash a bottle. Smash the alcohol bottle.
You don't like fun? What the
You motherfucker!
In defense of George, it would be odd to approach a house on Halloween and see just a bowl of peeled grapes.
No, I know
the
that. Yeah, I meant more so of like
Typically-
you're doing
Yeah,
a haunted
I-
house kind of deal.
I did
like a
know
Halloween, they
that, but
put it
I
in
just
it, yeah.
was being.
No, yeah, it's fine.
Guys, I'm just completely
Comedy.
lost. I've never got to celebrate Halloween.
Oh, sorry, Angelo.
Yeah, Well, that's unfortunate.
You hear the Gunchpot in the distance say, "That's a bummer."
That needs to be a reverbed voice. Post.
It's like, oh shit, he is watching us.
Into the obsidian pillar.
So, you approach the obsidian pillar. There is, just like the last time, a door. And the door, as you approach, slides down, opens up.
Oh, so it's not like the drawbridge like last time?
No, it
Just a straight up.
presses into like a futuristic mega door. It just shoots down.
Why is it depressed, though? That's kind of sad.
I don't think we could stand in the doorway this time.
All right. As Angelo says, let's go in together. Let's, communicate.
Yeah, let's be cautious
As you approach
this time.
the door, inside is just sort of this white void, like the antithesis of what the outside looks like. It is just this complete white that you can't tell how long it goes on for because everything literally looks exactly the same, with the exception of in the middle of the room, or directly like in the middle from where you are standing, at least at the threshold of the doorway, before you enter, you see this, is the black stone just sitting there, floating in the air.
All right.
Just
Guys,
get
I think this is
flashbanged on
going to be an
entry.
easy one. Maybe I could just walk up and grab it.
Let's go together.
All right. Maybe keep a scout towards the door. So, like, if there's something that, just like last time where it filled with water, if we have somebody near the exit.
Sure. Wyatt, Isaac, would you stay near the exit?
Well, I
grab the
volunteer
stone and
Isaac.
We can be on our way.
All right, I'll do it.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
But you all still enter the spire in totality. So you all enter. As soon as you enter, door shuts behind you, leaving the outline. You're in this white void. The stone itself is like just this harsh black mass. The door has an outline that looks very similar to the stone.
Okay.
Like where the door was is now just outlined.
Well,
The conditions.
me
of
and
the test
George
have
are
changed.
gonna cautiously approach the stone in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And get to the stone.
Let's grab
You
it.
get to the stone.
Yoink.
Yeah, you get to the stone.
Yoink.
George just grabs it.
Let's go.
Come with me, and you'll be in a way.
I get a side thing.
You get a side thing. So, as soon as you grab the black stone, as soon as your fingers wrap around it, you have a vision. Your vision goes completely black for a moment. And then you see the stone. You see a representation of your earth. You can reach out and touch it and grab it. And as you grab the earth in the palm of your hand, the stone's energy begins to reach out. Black, shadowy tendrils begin to wrap themselves around the earth in your palm as it begins to eat away at it, corrupting it and creating a nothingness. As it works its way down, eventually it just goes away and turns into the mist, and it then continues to travel down your hand and eats away at you, completely consuming your entire body in this nothingness, in this void. As your vision once again becomes smaller and smaller, as the darkness vignettes your vision, you see a representation of the Gunchpot, and you see one half of it completely consumed as you are in this darkness, but then the other one wielding the three other gems. And just kind of get this idea that it's like two sides. One is death, one is destruction, one is life, one is rejuvenation.
The 4 gems, one of them is black, one of them is green.
Right.
Okay.
Blue and red. You then hear this wail, this screaming agony piercing through your skull, and your vision goes completely black. And you snap back. Okay, so as George grabs the stone, his eyes go completely black for a moment, and then after a couple seconds, this piercing scream, this blood-curdling wail emanates from him. His mouth doesn't move, nothing, but it's like this scream that is not his voice, piercing out of his ears and his orifices, breaking through his skull and to the outside world. So you guys all hear that. But then he snaps back, and the stone in his possession.
You okay, bro?
I'm all right. I think I saw a bit of the future. This stone has some sort of blackness, decay. It needs to be balanced with the other stones. Otherwise, I saw the earth falling into blackness and corruption, and I saw Gunchpot falling into the same blackness and myself. And I heard a horrendous scream, and it brought me back. And he's breathing heavily. He's like, we should get out of here, and I think we need to unite these stones if we want any chance of affecting our future.
Do you have any idea what power this stone grants?
Not a damn clue.
Fair enough.
And I didn't see any vision of using the stone at all. It seems dangerous, though. This could have the potential to corrupt and destroy. It seems to corrupt and destroy. And maybe I'll try and open the door with it in some way. Try and cut a hole in the wall.
So the door is still closed.
Inside.
So the door is still closed. So that's what you're gonna do. You're
I'm gonna
just
do it.
maybe touch the stone to the door, or what are you gonna do?
Basically, erode away, starting at the center, erode away the door that's closed.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Let's use the metal d6 here. Trace.
Is there a way for Wyatt to discern whether or not George is being truthful?
If you want to roll an empathy, you can to see, and then I guess, or roll an opposed empathy. And George, you can be honest if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll roll empathy.
1 success.
2 successes.
Okay.
He's being truthful,
So
as far as you know.
okay. Yeah. So as
You can't say he's being truthful in that.
I got more successes.
I know. I'm just saying. Because now I
as
feel
you
you're not being...
reach out and using the power of the stone, the door explodes out. Like the chunks of the door turn into this void, this nothingness. As it shatters out, they just sort of continue to dwindle in the air until they're nothing. Complete eradication. At the exact same time, the bounce back sort of whips your arm back like recoil on a gun, and the exact same thing happens to the arm that you are holding the stone with. Your arm shatters into blackness, sending the stone flying, and you are now down a limb.
Yo!
I don't think
And
the
you have
medkit is
this
gonna fix this.
and you have this understanding of the black stone.
Is this the arm that had my tattoo on it?
No. I say it was your. I was gonna say.
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
say.
that
I mean, I
I don't know.
Were you wielding
Yeah,
your left or right arm? The tattoos on your right arm. I was kind of imagining your.
I
left
also
arm.
think I did that with my left arm.
maybe.
But I don't
So
know.
I think you
why
still have your tattoo.
Yippee!
I definitely did it with my left arm.
I think so, but we actually
Definitely.
have video proof. We can see what I did. But who knows?
I could-
So
I
it's
could check the
destroyed.
tapes.
I'm gonna walk back and pick up the black stone.
I'm kneeling on the ground. I'm gonna kneel on the ground and I'm crying. George is crying.
You definitely feel like your limb is gone, but there's not really any pain. It's
I mean,
just
there's emotional pain for sure.
absence. It's just nothing.
I nearly
It's a
cry when I get a
phantom pain.
haircut.
It was
in
my
real
jerking
life,
off
so,
hand.
Like I'm just like I need.
The point at which it cuts off is also sort of cauterized in this void. Like it just.
But we
It's
can
just a
leave
stone.
now.
Yeah, the door's open.
All right, I
Jesus
put
Christ, man, are
the
you
black
okay?
stone in my pocket next to the green stone.
Do you want me to try the medkit?
I don't think we have
I don't
anything
think there's
that can
anything in there
help with
strong
that,
enough,
but-
Isaac. We need to get out of here.
Maybe a D10 of sanity for George and a D4 for everybody else. George now has the understanding of what.
Just as a treat.
I've lost my
10.
D4 apparently. What the fuck?
I have a really important question. I think far more important than the tattoo question, which is, which hand did you tie the friendship bracelet on?
Ooh.
George, did you lose
Well, I
the
think
friendship bracelet?
you put it on him, right?
Heads or tails?
So which one? Heads left,
Well,
tails right.
would you have put it? Would you have put it on the arm? You would have put it on the arm with the tattoo, right? That's
I
that's why
imagine,
we're friends.
yeah.
So
But it would have been funnier if we did heads or tails.
maybe.
So I'm gonna,
Isaac
ask
goes,
this,
"No!"
I'm gonna ask a similar question. Did Wyatt's burning hands thing burn the thing off?
No!
No.
Okay.
Thank God.
And so
It's fireproof, guys.
Friendship intact.
can we get out of the white void? Also, I'm it's
Yes.
and you can see he's just at a loss for word. He like George is completely lost in this moment. Normally he's sort of kind of aloof, but he's completely gone now. His mind is elsewhere. He's kind of muttering under his breath as well. He's just kind of like speaking to himself.
Wyatt's gonna, on the blast off arm, he's gonna lift him up from that side and carry him to the door.
Let's go.
Exit the Guncheon is a Gunchpot production, starring Ryan as George Conway, Amissus as Isaac, MeesterE as Wyatt Harding, and Jeremiah Jackson as Angelo. And me, the Guncheon Master himself, who wrote, voiced NPCs, edited, and brought you to the Guncheon. Theme song by Austen Reno, key art by Amissus. Additional sound effects and music from MeesterE. Thank you everybody for watching, and of course, as always, see you next time.